All right, today we are going to be looking at Wix. I use Wix in the classroom a lot, and I get the same questions over and over and over and over again, and I had them all broken up into separate videos, but I'm going to make one long video broken up into chapters, and that way I could just say it's in that chapter of this video. Okay, so today might be a little boring as far as this video is concerned, but these are all the things that I have the students do all the time to turn in work. So let's get started with the almighty Wix video. All right, the big one. How do you make a new website? Okay, so how do you make a new website on Wix? That is easy to use, not the ones with templates. So we're going to create a new site. Okay, here on this menu, what kind of site do you want to create? And it just gives you like this. But in the corner, right-hand side bottom, it says skip. You want skip? Okay, enter your website name. This is going to be your first name and last name. So you can't have spaces, but you can have a dash. All right, again, this screen, you want the bottom right-hand side, skip. All right, now you want to go to begin with a template. Now you want blank templates. And start from scratch. All right, congratulations, you now have a Wix website with a blank template, absolutely starting from scratch. Okay, so that's one of the requirements of the course is to have that. And now we can move on to the next chapter of this video. All right, you might be asked to create a page on the website. Okay, this is how you do that. Drop down, manage pages. Add a page. Add a blank page. Okay, here it will ask you what the page is going to be named. Sometimes it's the assignment. It's always in the assignment what you're going to be naming this. So it might be, let's say, business cards. Again, don't use spaces. Okay, that's how you make a page. Okay, you can have as many pages you want, but usually it is always the assignment name. Okay, again, always check the assignment to make sure what name you need. And it's always blank page. Cool. If you ever want to delete one, you can just click on the three dots. Okay, you can delete it if you want to, or rename it. Cool. All right, for right now, that's how you make a page. All right, you might be asked to make a link to a new page. Okay, there's two ways to do that. We'll go through both. Option one, the ugly way. So what you do is you go to add text. You can choose some text. You highlight the text, link to new page. And you would put the page name there, like if it's business card or whatever it is. Then you highlight it and click the chain. You choose page, and you choose the page it's going to go to. Business cards. Done. So make sure this link to business cards, right? Cool. Now this link will not work unless it's published. So to publish it, you go to Preview, go to Publish, and hit Save and Continue. Done. So by clicking on it, and this is just going to go through this many steps, you can click on this link, go to View Site. There we go. Finally got there. So where is that link? I just had it. It was right here, right? So just know that this is the ugly way. And what happens is you have to have two links in order for the ugly way to work. You'd have to have a link back to the page in order to do that. So that's how you link to a page. Now, in the next part, let's look at something else. All right, let's look at link to a page using a menu. All right, so now let's go back to our website, back to the editor, get rid of this. All right, we are going to make 3 web pages. So we're going to go to Manage Pages. We have a business card. We're going to add another blank page. And if this blank page button is fussy, okay, it does get fussy. Okay, we're going to go over here, and we're just going to do it the fast way and go duplicate page. And we're going to duplicate this one too. That's a fast way to do that. Okay, we're going to rename this one. We're going to rename it Trifold Menu. And we'll rename this one Laser Cutter, just for example. Okay, we need one more, actually. We need something called Portfolio. Add a page. No, it's still fussy. So in my portfolio, I have a laser cutter, a trifold menu, and a business cards. So in order for that to work, I just click and drag them till they look like that. So I drag them right over portfolio. So now this is correct. This is called a drop-down menu. In order to add the drop-down menu to your website, you just go to Add Element, go to Menu. You could choose any one of these. I'm just going to choose this one and drag it to the top header. All right, let's hit Save. Publish. View Site. And I would hit Command R. There it is. Command R refreshes the screen. So now I have portfolio, and you can see I have business card, trifold menu, and laser cutter, each going to a different page. And that is how you make a menu on Wix. Enjoy. All right, you might be asked to have a link to a PDF. Okay? So, in order to add a link to a PDF, you go to the site or page that needs the PDF, and then you add some text. Choose your text, drag it out, link to PDF. Okay? In order to add a PDF, we go to Add Elements, Image, Upload Images, Upload from Computer, find a PDF, hit Open. It will bring you back to this menu and say something like it can't do that or something. So what you want to do is click the three dots in the corner, copy URL. Close this menu out, highlight the text, click this little link, use web address, and paste it here. I would say new window for this. Okay? In order to see it, make sure it works, hit save. You can hit publish now here. Visit site. And I forget what page I put that on. So now if you don't see it, again, Command R is your best friend here. So you now have a link. So Command R all the time. So now let's check to see if it works. Yes, it does open a PDF. Correct. Remember to always test your links. All right, you might be asked to link an AI or an SVG. Okay, so just know that the link to PDF video chapter works with all files types. Okay, every file type that will not be natively be able to link to works with the link to PDF chapter. So this video is to remind you to go back to the chapter called Link to PDF if you want to link any file in Wix. All right, so you might be asked to link a PDF via a viewer app. Okay, this is really good for clients to be able to see the PDF without having Adobe Acrobat on their computer. Okay, you do this in the following way. First off, you take the page that needs the PDF. I would provide yourself some room by moving this down because this does take a little bit of space. Move anything else out of the way. And then you go to Add Elements. And you'll look around. This is the only thing that is not in the Add Elements. I just want to point that out. Oops. So this is the only thing that I ask of you that's usually not in here. All other things are located in here. This one is actually under Add Apps. And then you choose PDF. Okay, you look for the PDF viewer. And you hit Add to Site. All right, let's put this down here. And if it's a 2-page PDF, what you do is, let's say this is page 1, that would be a sufficient amount of room. Let's say it was a 2-page PDF and you wanted to have them see both pages without scrolling. You just provide enough space, and then you bring this down and you can see that now it's a 2-page PDF viewer. Just like that. All right, so in order to put a PDF in here, you go to Settings, you upload PDF, you upload the PDF, and there's my PDF that I want. I can say Add to Page. There's my PDF mounted on the page. Again, this is really handy for those individuals that do not have Adobe Acrobat Reader. It just provides the client the ability to see the PDF, a preview of it right away. So that's why we add it to your website. And this other one is a link to the PDF that they can download. They can also download it using this little app, but not many clients know that. So that's why we specify it in 2 different ways so the client can find it. All right, so let's go on. All right, you might be asked to add a video to a web page from YouTube. To do that, you just go Add. You see a trend here? Video, YouTube. All right, so then find the video, copy the URL, go back over to the editor, change video. Right here, paste the URL. And close this out. You can make the video as big as you want. It will automatically adapt. And that's how you add a video to a page in Wix. All right, you might be asked to add a PNG of your PDF, okay, so a PNG of your PDF or a JPEG of your PDF onto the website. To do that, you open up Adobe Acrobat Pro, you go File, Export to, Image, and you can choose JPEG or PNG, depends if you want the transparent background. This one has transparent background, this one does not. So I'll choose JPEG. It will ask where you want to save it. I'm going to hit this little down arrow. I'm going to save it to the desktop called Trifold. Okay, so in this case, it's an image. So add image, upload image, upload from the computer, choose your image. Click on it, add to page. Repeat for as many pages as you have for your PDF. Enjoy. All right, today we're going to be looking at naming conventions in Wix. Okay, so how to repair your naming conventions on your pages before you submit work. So the first thing you need to do is edit your site, okay, and go into the editor. Then you go over to each page. So go to Home and then launch Manage Pages. Let's go and click the three little dots and go to Settings. Go over to SEO Basics. Okay, so here you're going to spend some time naming things the right way. The home is easy. It's just home. Okay, that's the first. It's called a landing page. They just land on that page. That's the first thing they see. So that's usually where we keep, some information that is easy to access. 2 seconds is your attention span, and hopefully they get past that. Okay, but here's your portfolio. So name this right here where it says, what is the URL slug? Okay, you want that slug to be the name of the page. So portfolio is portfolio, all lowercase. Okay, so business cards, all lowercase. You can use the symbol right here, the minus symbol, to separate words if you want, but don't use spaces. Boom. So trifold is trifold. Laser cutter is laser cutter. I took some time and I went and repaired these ahead of time, but when I see students work, they are just all over it's like copy of business cards 12 and all this crazy stuff. So this will make a better menu. 1, 2, your naming conventions will now match your URL. So here's, for example, if I go to preview and go to publish and go to view site, let's say I go to a random page like laser cutter. Notice at the top it says Jason Welsh laser cutter. Very clean. When you drive clients to this page, they will know exactly that you are driving them to a legitimate site. Okay, it doesn't look weird. Trifold menu. Jason Welsh, trifold menu. Again, put it on social media, they know exactly where this is going. Okay, so that's the naming convention fix that I'm going to ask of you when we submit a final portfolio, and probably, like as an assignment sometime in the year. All right, so that is how to clean up your naming conventions on your page so they match your portfolio. All right, some things that you want to stay away from when developing websites. All right, here's the number one thing I see students always do. It's not that it's wrong, it's just you don't understand your client. So, for example, when somebody lands on your web page, they're only going to spend 2 seconds there, maybe 1 second there. Okay, so they're not going to guess where things are at. It's got to be all right there in front of their face, the stuff that's important. Okay, so here's what you don't do. Let's say I add a picture. Okay. And then I'm like, well, I'll just be savvy and I'll link that to something. So I'll link it to a file or something. Okay. So I'm going to link it to a page and choose my portfolio. Clearly, they're going to click on that. Let's hit preview. Let's hit publish and view site. I think that was the laser cutter page. So now I have this page. I have this picture. It's just random. Okay, do I know that's a link? Absolutely freaking not. I do not know that's a link. And they won't either. So please don't link pictures to things. Okay, that's not a good thing. Unless it says something, click the picture to download. Okay, you have to be very specific about that and specify it. But yeah. All right, so that's linking pictures. The other one is this. Let's say I link the picture. Okay. Oops. Go back to editor. That's on my laser cutter page. All right, so let's click on this and then go to link. New window versus current. Okay, even worse, when you link something, you send them to a new window. That sends their tabs crawling across here. Okay, so you do not want to do that unless it's a download maybe. So if they have to download something, maybe that would be in a good window. For instance, you might have a PDF on your page. Sending that to a new window would be better because that way it downloads and they have a way of finding it. But if it's surfing from page to page to page, you do not want new window. You want current window. All right, so those are two things that you want to stay away from when you're developing a website so that the client navigates it without like getting lost. All right, margins. Okay, there are margins in actual web pages. Okay, these brackets right here are your margins. Now, why do they exist? Well, because people do not always have huge monitors. Okay, they might be surfing this stuff on their iPad. They might be surfing it onto an Atari 2600. Who knows? Don't look that up. But they definitely have a range of viewing. Lately, it's been pretty good, and we could technically go outside the margins just a little bit, but don't do it. So it's better to have a long web page than it is a wide web page. So if I've stuck this picture way out here, you do not want that. It would not show up correctly on some monitors. They would have to scroll over to it, and they will not scroll over to it. So we want to stay within the margins of these two sites right here, and don't go outside them. You can go down, however. So let's say if I wanted to add more to my website, I would just drag this down. Drag. And there we go. Now we got a longer website. Another thing this will help when you go to view it on a phone, like if you switch it to mobile, okay, it will help in the long run because, again, they don't have these weird scroll things and it interprets it better to organize your site automatically over to the phone. If it's outside these margins, Sometimes Wix can fix that. Maybe Command V. I'll put one over here. Put one over here. Okay, and then hit save, and let's view that on the phone. So it definitely it fixed it, right? It just shoved them all together, but and then here it's all spread apart. So it doesn't know what to do. So it just kind of like, whoop. All right, but yeah, don't do that. Stay here. And I think even if you have all three of them like this, it will kind of squish them together. Yeah. Organizing here just helps people on a computer, but you're going to definitely have to take the time to, edit in both worlds. Like this one needs to go down there. This one has its own margins, and then it's spread across. So you can make this make sense too. You have to edit both worlds, but it does help in the interpretation of it. See how the elements stayed spaced apart like that? All right, so yeah, don't go outside the margins. Make a longer web page. All right, so this is a portion of the video where I say, well, that's all I can think of right now. That's over the course of, I think, about 8 years of seeing people, students, young students, publish things to Wix and asking them for portfolio pieces every assignment. These are the major ones that occur, and if I need like another video, I will. But for right now, I think that wraps it up for Wix 101. So this is all the systematic problems that happen usually that I can link to onto an assignment now that will make sense. So I hope you enjoyed the Wix crash course. Probably didn't make any sense other than to the students in my classroom, but good job.